full of first responders. A remarkable story in a quiet town. Nestled away from the bustling chaos of larger cities, stood a humble McDonald's. It wasn't a flashy establishment, just your average fast food joint, where locals grabbed a quick bite. On this particular day, it was filled with its usual lunchtime crowd, police officers, firefighters, and paramedics taking a moment to recharge before heading back to the demanding jobs. Little did they know, their routine break was about to turn into a moment they'd never forget. The soft jam of the door opening barely drew attention. Customers came and went often, and nobody thought much of it until a man stepped in, catching a few curious glances. He was tall, casually dressed in jeans and a t-shirt, blending in like any other patron. But as the buzz in the room grew, whispers started to ripple through the crowd. "Wait, is that Elon Musk?" murmured one empt to his colleague, her voice tinged with disbelief. Skeptical at first, her colleague shrugged it off. What would someone like Musk, the billionaire behind Tesla and SpaceX, be doing in a small-town McDonald's? Yet, as the man approached the counter, the realization hit: this was indeed Elon Musk, standing in line like any other customer. He ordered a quarter-pounder with cheese, large fries and a Coke. With a mischievous grin, he asked the flustered cashier, "Can I pay with Dogecoin?" The room erupted in quiet laughter, the ice broken as Musk paid with a card and moved aside to wait for his meal. As the buzz of recognition spread, one firefighter gathered the courage to approach. "So what brings you to a McDonald's in the middle of nowhere?" he asked, his voice a mixture of awe and curiosity. Musk smiled, his response surprisingly down to earth. "I've been traveling a lot lately, and sometimes you just want something simple. Plus McDonald's makes a pretty good burger." The room softened, and suddenly Most wasn't a billionaire or tech mogul. He was just a guy grabbing lunch. Questions started flowing, from his work on rockets to his thoughts on fast food. Musk handled it all with humility and humor, making the crowd laugh when he joked about opening Tesla drive-thrus to save on gas. But the tone shifted when a firefighter asked away, "Your question, do you ever think about how your work might impact people like us? You know, the first responders out here every day." The room grew quiet as Musk considered the question. His demeanor turned reflective, his gaze sweeping across the room, filled with men and women in uniform. "I've always been focused on the future. Space travel, sustainable energy, he said thoughtfully. But seeing all of you here reminds me that the future isn't just about technology. It's about people. What we build as to help the ones who work hardest, to keep us safe." The sincerity of his words struck a chord. These first responders who faced life and death daily felt seen and appreciated in a way they hadn't before. A paramedic voiced what many were thinking. "We just do our jobs, but it's easy to wonder if it really matters in the big picture." Musk's response was firm. "You're wrong about that. What I do wouldn't matter if people like you weren't around to keep us safe. Your work is just as important, if not more." Then something extraordinary happened. Musk pulled out his phone, typing intently. For a moment the room was silent, everyone watching in anticipation. When he looked up, his tone was resolute. "I just made a donation, enough to cover new equipment for every fire station and police department in the area. Consider my way of saying thank you." Shock and emotion rippled through the crowd. Tears were quietly wiped away as the reality of Musk's gesture sank in. It wasn't just a kind act. It was an acknowledgement of their sacrifices. The donation meant better tools, safer conditions, and the reassurance that their lives and the lives they saved mattered. As Most prepared to leave, he addressed the group one last time. "I came here for a burger," you said with a smile, "but I'm leaving with so much more. Thank you for everything you do." He left to a round of applause. Not for his fame or wealth, but for his humanity. The room, once filled with routine chatter, was now charged with gratitude and inspiration. Musk's visit reminded everyone that No matter how distant someone's world might seem, genuine connection and respect can bridge the gap. This wasn't just a surprising celebrity encounter. It was a moment that reinforced the value of those who dedicate their lives to protecting others and the responsibility of those with the means to make a difference. Have you ever experienced or witnessed a moment of unexpected kindness that left a lasting impact? Share your story, we'd love to hear it.